What is going on, PMG fam, CBB Nation, everybody in the house? Who's out here? Do we have anybody ready to have some chatbot and agent fun? I sure hope so, because I am. We've got Asta all the way out in Fiji. What is going on from Fiji to Puerto Rico? That is how we do it. Is this thing on? What's going on? There he is. It's an all-star here, an AI legend. Claudia, we've got you to thank for many features we will probably go over tonight. So thank you for being with us and making everything better that you see. It needs to be better. There's the OG, and happy belated birthday again. Glad we could get you shouted out. Thanks to Asta, takes care of all that good stuff for us. We think that stuff's important. Not every brand does, but I think things are going to change. I think that you're going to see, if you haven't seen already, things are drastically going to be moving so fast in the agentic lane. And if you're watching this, the odds are you either know or want to know more about what's coming, because when you can kind of predict the next step or the next couple steps, you're in a good spot. Isn't that right, Mir? Out in Canada, what is going on? Anna, good to see you. President Bush in the house, what is good? All right, we're gonna have some fun as usual. If you do have questions, we got Kim, what is going on? Walk through passes today in office hours. Didn't use MCP though. Well, we might have to change that. And we'll also do, I think we'll start out with our first trick with Claude and MCP, and we're going to announce the winner. Oh, we got Ryan here. Man, we got everybody here. This is the gang. Good to see you, got my friends. Good to see you, and royalty, Wendy. Yes, we are going to have some fun. All right, cool. So I'm going to start sharing my screen here, but I'm going to tell you something happened today. I knew it was coming. I didn't know exactly when. I don't push these things. But me and my wife had a talk. Yep, my wife, the Low Country Blonde, the blogger, the influencer, we had a talk. It was about AI. She asked me about the comment tool. She has seen enough, and she knew that, I don't know, maybe I would know a little something about comment automation with agents or chatbots or something like that. You think about that. This is when you know the AI revolution is really real, when you got your wife talking about, how do I make my Instagram comment back with a special link, right? And I mean, what she wanted was, if you're a chatbot builder, this is second nature to you. This is something that you totally understand probably how to do. I'll show you how to do it today in PMG. It was the first time she approached me about wanting to know something about AI or chatbots or ChatGPT related, right? And she wanted the hookup too, obviously. So I gave her a little discount, you know what I'm saying? Okay, but the reason I tell you this is the newbies, the normies, they're hunting now. They're understanding. Maybe it's time I put on my automation helmet here. Okay, let's see what we can do with this ChatGPT stuff, these flows, whatever, these automations. And so I'm telling you, when you've got the people that aren't already nerds, like you might be, like I am. Yeah, Charles says discount. Yeah, I gave her a little homie hookup, the wife. And when they're asking about it, what we've all known, what I've told you guys so many times, we are ahead. We're very far ahead in this AI and automation in this agent world in general. If you're watching this, most likely you're ahead, and if you aren't, you're probably going to be. But now they've got the regular people looking for the automation. I'm glad you guys get that. It's not just me. I could tell that to ChatGPT or Claude, but I don't get the same effect. How many of you, by the way, I know there are some, and I predicted this, how many of you are talking more to AI than you are humans on a regular basis? Are there days that you talk to ChatGPT or Claude or your own agents, you're just testing stuff more than you're chatting with humans? That's just something to think about. I think I've been there for a very long time, and it makes me crazy. Yeah, the regular people are asking about agents and AI stuff. That's when you know things are they're going to be playing to your favor when you can't talk about this stuff. That's what I do believe. Okay, so speaking of that, I'm going to tell you what she actually wanted, hopefully with my slides here. Let's see if I can find my first one. So that's an agent. This is an assistant. Maybe we don't have the chatbot. Yeah, here's the original one. I'll throw this on here. So I'm going to just go through the 3 slides really quickly, just so we're all on the same page. And this is what she wanted, which this is what I said earlier. If you've been in chatbots for a minute, this is going to be very, easy to understand. Someone needs a trigger. So it's going to be a comment. It's going to be a keyword in this case. It's the store for target. So when someone comments target on a specific post on my wife's Instagram, on her big old Low Country Blonde blog, right? This is link to know it or something, like to know it, something like that. I don't understand everything, but I understand what her pain was. And this is like the big deal. And I think the takeaway, and you're going to be able to replicate this for any influencer at a massive scale, if you're with pro or white label, obviously. But what she wanted was very simple, a traditional chatbot. So of course I had to go and be extra, and I gave it more of an dynamic output. But what she wanted was very simple. It was one flow. When someone hits the word target on this post, they type target in the comment. She wanted one flow to be sent that included a button and an image that went to this other website and to be able to track it or whatever. So now I say, okay, cool. That's a pretty traditional use case. Let's build that into the MCP. So we did. You can now create and update posts with Claude or ChatGPT or Grok with just a prompt to create or update this sort of automation, and have a specific rule, go to a specific flow. If you're really good at prompting, you could do it all in one prompt, which is just mind-blowing. But anyways, that's a traditional chatbot. And to be on the same page, what's an AI assistant? An AI assistant essentially is, instead of it being a deterministic, it's always going to go to the same flow with the same image and the same button and the same link. An assistant, the first ChatGPT stuff, made it dynamic. You never kind of knew what you were going to get. And the people that were like the AI Jedis, many of you watching right now, understood, I can train this AI with a special prompt, give it some files maybe, and it can do some amazing things for companies. And this is what they're going to want. They're going to want their own kind of versions of ChatGPT. Turned out to be right. And this is a whole big industry. And then now we're in the age of agents. We talked a lot about agents last year. We talked a lot about MCP last year, but everything has kind of changed. And I think that, here's our slide here, an agent can be very complex depending on who you're listening to. Okay, but I'm going to make it easy. An agent completes tasks. Whatever the task is, you should be able to prompt it, is the way that I am looking at things these days. So an agent is going to complete a task. The last set that we're going to jump into the screen share here is going to be what I'm calling, at least, agentic assistants. So like, it's your ChatGPT, it's your Claude, it's your Grok, the main consumer apps. There are companies out there that try to compete with them in the UI or the app space. I think that's silly. They have all the money. You're not going to compete with them there. But what do they say? What do the smart people say? When you can't beat them, join them in a type of way? Or, Trojan horse them? I didn't say that. What we are doing is we're playing with them with our MCP and app connector, which is, I think, the absolute smartest way to do this. What do I mean? So here we've got Claude, okay, and we've got PayMeGPT. All right, so I'm going to sign in. Who am I signed in? I'm signed in with my main email here. So I don't have to, once I'm in the application for the first time, and I hook up to my AI services like OpenAI, 11 Labs, Anthropic, Google, and I can hook up with Stripe or other payment providers, or Twilio or SMTP email. We use Amazon SMTP personally at PMG headquarters, your messaging platforms, and then here, Google, GitHub, and MCP. These are like the services. These are your external services that make your whole agent system, your AI OS, your operating system here, so powerful. So I recommend that you do hook up as many of these integrations as you see fit. The more the merrier in this case, because what it's going to do is allow your agentic assistant over here in Claude to be extra powerful. Okay, so how's that going to work, Ryan? I'm in Claude, but you can do this in ChatGPT, Grok, or Claude. And I'm going to go to settings here, and I'm going to go to connectors. It's going to tell me to go to customize. This is their new page, no problem. And here I've got some connectors. I'm going to disconnect so you can see how it's going to work for you. I'm going to grab the URL here, and what you're going to do is click plus, add custom connector. If you're in your settings, you could also just go down here and click ChatGPT, Claude, or Grok, and it'll take you right to the page that you need to be. And you're going to just add in either your app, if you're a white label, your app name, or in our case, PayMeGPT. And you're going to just paste in that URL. You can find that URL here as well, right there. Okay, so we've already connected. And so we've established a connection. Now we're going to authenticate. So we'll click connect here. And I'm going to click continue with Google in this case. I'll choose this email, and I'm going through this process so you can see what it's just like on your end. And boom, we can see now we have access to 41 read-only tools. Let's see if I can make the screen bigger for you guys too. You've got 41 read-only tools, 57 write and delete tools, and 2 other tools for create and update contact, giving you a total of 100 native MCP tools. This is a massive number of tools. To put it into perspective, Go High Level, which is a very popular CRM software. I've not personally been a user of this software, but they actually, kudos to them, have like 30 something tools, I believe, MCP tools. That is really great, but that's not 100. And ours are much different, and they're much more powerful. But the way that I believe you're going to interact with software are through these agentic assistants like Claude. And this is what makes it agentic. A Claude and a ChatGPT and a Grok, when they're just giving you an answer back and forth, that's AI assistant style communication, obviously. It's a personal assistant. Okay. When you're giving it access to tools, now it becomes more agentic. And our entire platform is based off of AI essentially and workflows. And so the output is essentially infinite, even though you've got 100 baked in tools. You could look and see what the names of the tools are. Might be a good idea. And I'll kind of show you why. But basically, I think the idea is, and this is going to hurt a lot of software companies, I believe, especially the slow to adopt. And it's going to empower the ones that I think lead the way and understand, aha, this is how you're supposed to do things now. What do I mean? Okay. So let's go here. I'm going to actually log out, I think, so you can start in a brand new account so you can actually see what's going on. There's really just nothing, so you can see the true difference. So no thanks and continue. All right, cool. So this is a brand new a fresh account. Okay, this is the agents section. We learned an agent is going to have instructions and access to tools. That's essentially what an agent is. So we're going to create an agent. We won't even give it a new name. We'll just click create. That's about as basic as you can get. You can preview the agent and talk to it and, say, who are you? It's going to basically just say it's ChatGPT or whatever LLM it is. Might even be DeepSeek. I'm an AI assistant. Okay, so that's just the default prompt. So it's very easy to make an agent, and you could give it a prompt, prompt engineering. You could have AI generate your prompt for you. This was the early days of PMG before I even really understood MCP. You can connect to MCP, by the way, in an agent through the connector. You've got Shopify, Zapier, Make.com, or Custom. This was kind of where the original MCP lore was. One app connecting like a USB to another app. This never really clicked for me, although I got it. It wasn't like that aha moment. But you can see configuring an agent has essentially gotten a lot easier. Okay, now I could also choose to use an all agent approach or to include flows. So I'll just make a hello flow. I've got my agent here, my new agent. And if I wanted to, I could come in here and create a bunch of different nodes. This is the traditional way that chatbot building has gone. And you've got your different available nodes like the send message node, or you're going to get user input. Okay, this is all basic stuff for the most part. It can look intimidating if you've never used a flow builder. We did make things, I think, quite a bit easier with AI right on the canvas. And I'll show you what I mean. I can click here and use AI to generate a lead qualifying flow, asking 3 questions to see if they're going to probably be eligible to buy this Bugatti I've got for sale, which I would not be eligible. Bugatti. Okay, cool. So this was like the early thought here. Now I know how to use AI to make things better for people that are building AI. Have AI just do the work. So instead of me stringing together all of these different nodes and putting together this flow, which it's nicely done, probably better than I would have done manually, but definitely faster, I can see, okay, this is how you would do it. I could click save here, and we just saved our flow, and AI made it in 1 step. And I just said it was probably better than me and definitely faster. Now, what could be better than that? I'll show you. Okay, let's go back over to our homie Claude. Now, I am going to disconnect and make sure I reconnect with the account that I'm signed in with. All right, cool. So I'm back at my tools section. I'm going to allow all the tools to just run without an explicit like, hey, do you sure you want to do this? Although you can choose custom and say, hey, if before you update a Google Doc, I need to manually check it first. This is like a hard check. You can also basically configure this, to allow things to, run fast or not on your actual prompt. So I just hit always allow, but I live on the edge. Okay, so that said, I think you'll kind of get it. So I'm connected with the right account. You just saw that I built an agent pretty quickly, and I built a flow. I could connect that flow that I made, and I haven't counted how many clicks I've made. It's not been a ton. Hope you'd agree. So it's not a lot of clicks, but there is still clicks going on. So I want you to keep that in mind. But I'm back in the editor. I can go into prompt engineering, and I could make the system prompt be that flow if I wanted to. Here's the flow. I could make the system prompt derive from a Google Doc if I wanted to. In this case, it's just a text. I'm going to just say, and your name is Bruce the bot. Okay, obviously this could be your website, which you could also scrape and have that be a reoccurring fresh thing. You could also use files, whatever. But you can see it's pretty easy these days to create a little agent. So this would be the type of agent that you could have on your website or connected to any other social media channels that we support. So that could also be phone calls, text messaging, Messenger, Instagram, you name it. So that's all fine and dandy. That's all cool stuff. It's still many clicks. There's still a little bit of thinking involved, right? And you're dealing with the UI. It's not a bad thing. But what is an amazing thing is an agentic assistant with MCP. And I finally get it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say to Claude, and we do have the connector connected. We can double check that by going to plugins, connectors. And I can see PayMeGPT is connected, right? So I'm going to say, we are live on YouTube, and I'm showing off how gangster our MCP is. I need you to use our tools actually and find our contact forms and see if you can find the one related to feedback about the platform where we're going to give away a free month. Don't say any names, but let me know if you can find that, homie. Okay, cool. So now what I'm doing here is I'm having Claude act on my behalf to do a task. Instead of me going into the platform and going to tools and scrolling down to contact forms and then going to the form that I want to look at and then exporting or just checking all of the, so this is my new account. We'll come back to that whenever we bust out the winner. Let's just do this. We'll make it fast. I'll make a form right now. That's right. I'm in a different account. No problem. Let's do this. I want you to create a new agent for Ryan's Restaurant located in Atlanta, Georgia. I want you to have a fun system prompt, nice colors. I want you to create a Google sheet that will collect leads. Actually, we'll do it like this and create a native contact form that will collect leads and send them to a Google sheet. And also a nice little landing page that basically says coming soon. And the menu is going to be breakfast food. Okay. So what I'm going to have it do now is build the same style agent that we did, also build the flow and build a contact form and a website. Maybe is like, this is the difference. And so there's a ton of legacy software that's got, hundreds of screens that you're actually clicking through in dialogue windows. That's like what all of these, many of these software engineers are doing. They're dealing with all of these components and different portions of these monster big platforms. And now AI has just stripped all that away. I'm not having to go into a different tool to create a landing page. Just going to do that right now. I didn't have to create the next widget. If I refresh, I'll see that the widget's already there. Boom, Ryan's Restaurant ATL. It is doing all of the things for me. So now it's on the landing page. It's creating my website, not just in theory, but literally creating it in my account that can be published to a custom domain from GitHub for free. Okay, so it's made the agent. It's creating the website right now. What else did it do? It created the form. So if I go to tools and I go to my contact forms, I should see that. There it is, Ryan's Restaurant ATL VIP. Let's look at the form. Look at that, dude. If you want to fill out the form, you could. I believe we've got a QR code here. I'm going to fill that out on my my phone. If you want to fill it out, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to fill this guy out myself. Loaded fast. I'm going to auto-complete everything here. Select an option, YouTube. Count me in. All right, so I just submitted on my own form here. Let's see if anyone else was faster than me. I'm going to refresh this guy. And so there's me. So that's good. There I am. YouTube. There's me. Okay, so, and then I also got a text message. And it just says, okay, that was, it looks like, we just got another one, it looks like. 2 came in. There we go. So there's my people. Look at that. And this is all going to a Google Sheet. I just got an email about it. Look at that. So agent, Sunny's the AI host. Here's my agent. There's AI host for Ryan's Restaurant. The VIP lead capture form, which we just went through, I just clicked through. And so did you guys, thank you. And then the coming soon landing page. All of these things were just made right now before our very eyes. Look, here's our form even. You could have had this to be a custom form. Those look really nice, but to have it built in is awesome. Now I can make this form match this blue by saying we've got the parameters. We could find those right now. I guess that'd be a good thing to do. Can I get back easily? What we'll do here is let's go to our docs and hit theme, calendar bookings page. Okay, so where's my theme stuff? Here we go. So I'm going to just take this here and I'm going to say, hey, that was really good, but make sure on that contact form, you use the parameters to make it match exactly instead of just relying on dark mode. You can follow this example like the calendar page does. So this is me iterating. I told it what to do because I already knew like it will work basically. And so it understands, here's the code of the website that I use that it just generated in front of us. And now it got the whole HTML. It sees where that form is, and it should just be able to add in the parameters to just make this dark match the blue. If I want to, change the icon here, that's also super easy. You just need an image link. And this is Claude doing everything. We could also generate a logo here and add that in place of the little R icon. We could use Gemini, for example. It's going to update the landing page. In this case, Claude's updating everything on its own, and it'll push it through. So where most people are using ChatGPT and Claude to say, give me today's captions or give me the next social media post captions, and then also generate those images, they're taking stuff from the agent, the agentic assistant, or in their case, an AI assistant, the vanilla AI assistant, and they're copying and pasting stuff, and they're downloading and then uploading stuff. And their workflow isn't a workflow. It's just opening a bunch of tabs, which I know some of y'all love your tabs. I get it. I've got some tabs open tonight too, but like some of y'all love your tabs. You know I'm talking to. For me, like if I could stay in the flow, locked in, as they say, and just tell Claude or ChatGPT or one of these agents what to do end to end, that's totally the way to do it. So now it's saying it's all done, and it's showing me here is the parameters. And so that should be perfect. Let's see if it updated like we need. Nah, it didn't update. That's okay. We could do a custom form. So just to prove my point here, we'll do it like this. You know what, buddy? Let's just do something else. Create a new landing page, and instead of the built-in form, use that sexy custom coded form. And if you're going to do that, you're also going to need to create a new flow. Use an action to send me a text message to my phone and say new lead and provide all the information. Okay, so now what we'll do is we can't end on something that's not like jiving perfectly because we've got an agent. So look what it's going to do. Step 1, build the flow with a webhook and trigger the SMS action to my number, and it knows my number. Wire the form to the webhook, build the landing page. So they built the flow before we could even get to the flows page. This is what I want you to get. Before we could navigate to the flows page, it already created the flow that we needed, like end to end. And it's not a big flow. Let's check it. I think I'm playing. Let's go to our flow. Look, here is our Ryan's Restaurant new lead alert flow. It just created it. Perfect. Done. It's perfect. It's got all the information, my number, the agent default, Ryan's Restaurant ATL. It's literally perfect what we want. We're not going to change anything there. Let's see if the landing page is created. Look, there's our one from earlier. This is our original one. So what's it doing now? It's creating our new one right now. And this one will have a contact form that triggers the webhook. It's going to just be beautiful though. It'll look native. It'll look perfect, or at least it should. So we've got the flow, the form, the landing page, V2. Here, let's click it here. All right. And let's check her out. There it is. So that does look much more beautiful, I will say. YouTube here. And what this will do is, boom, you're on the list. That triggered a webhook. So I should have a text message here on my phone. Yep, and it just came through. And perfect. There it is. And I just saw, what's up, Mir? I see you filling out the form too. Good. And Jeff, I see you too, Jeff. So we see all that stuff is just essentially just flawless, and it was so fast. Now, what I want to do next is, we've created web pages, we've created forms, we've created flows, we've created agents with just prompts. Okay, so this is their agent, this is my agent. Go to the flows. There's my hello flow, which was also, again, made with AI. And Ryan's restaurant alert. This happens when the website form is filled. How does that work? And that's going to be working through the incoming webhook here. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Now, how's this working in real life? I see the Ryan restaurant. Ryan, how do you really use this stuff? I'm going to give you a great example with my actual main account. It's going to have the feedback. I'm going to also go here and go to settings. I'm going to go to my connectors here, customize, and I'm going to sign out so I can sign back in with my actual account that's going to have the information related to the form, the feedback form that many of you filled out. All right, cool. And I'm always allowing. Great. So now I can go back to the chat here. I'm going to say, yo, I'm locked and loaded. Go ahead and check my tools again and find the contact forms and find the one related to feedback and let me know when you found it. And yes, we're on YouTube live right now, buddy. Don't embarrass me. Okay, do you talk to your Claude or your Chat GPT like this? All right, so it's going to now search for the tool. We're using Sonnet. I didn't even notice. Look, so it's listing the forms. Found you, homie. Feedback for a free menu. 10 fields. Okay, look, so 8 fields, 25 submissions. Okay, active. Okay, yeah, that's the one we're doing. All right, here's what I want you to do. We're live right now, and many of the people who filled out that form might be watching right now, or we'll see this later. So make this fun, and I won't mind a little bit of dramatic entertainment here, but what I want you to do is go through that list. Don't reveal anyone's last name, just first name only. And what I want you to do is go through all of the submissions and choose the one that is best. Then tell me who you've chosen by generating an image using your favorite LLM, Grok, Gemini, or ChatGPT, and generate that image with their first name only on it, and then show us that image. And we're all going to learn who the winner of the 3-month is together live. Okay, so I think this is probably, tell me I'm lying, this is probably the most fair contest ever to be held. Look at this. Oh, we're doing this live? Chat, buckle up. Let me pull those submissions and go through every single one. Okay, chat. Oh, this is funny. So look, it's got y'all's names. If you see your name, shout it out or say something in the comments. We've got Claudia, Francisco. We've got all the people, man. Francisco wrote more thoughtful and detailed actionable platform feedback than anyone else. 5-star satisfaction, 10 out of 10. Like, dude, okay, like a third of the platform is from Francisco's amazing professor level suggestions, truthfully. Chat, drum roll. Okay. Generating the winner reveal right now with Grok. Okay, look, so we do have a winner. Look, unless he didn't get his name. Boom. How do you like that? Is this not the most fair way to ever have one a month? Now, let's do one more thing. I'm feeling extra Gucci, as they say. Call it generous. And specifically, for a limited time, what I want to do is have you create a native form, and whoever fills this out by the end of the episode, I'm going to have you choose another random person, but they're basically going to have to be watching in the live audience. So create a new native contact form that's not a total throwaway, but that doesn't take much effort to fill out and make it pronto so that these people that are watching have a chance to participate. Don't hate, automate. You dig? I love to try to confuse Claude a little bit. Shout out Francisco. Let's go. Okay, so it's spinning up a form right now. So think of Ryan navigating to the next tab, clicking into the tools section, clicking into creating the form. Now I'm going to create the new form and it's already done. Do you see how like my mind's blown? Had we not been the first to understand this technology in the way that I think we do, and being on an outside perspective looking at this demonstration that I'm showing you right now, I would be like, oh my goodness, that social media scheduling tool that we thought we were going to make, why make it? That chatbot platform, that website generator, like it's all here, man. So now we've got the link here. Now let's see, let's do this because I want y'all to be able to participate if you want to. Give another chance to win aside from Francisco. And I want to say thank you for watching. Going here to contact forms. And it'll probably be the last one here, the live audience giveaway. Now we have a QR code for that. So I'm gonna enter into win too. Okay, so someone else just hit the last QR code I see. I'm gonna hit this one myself just to make sure we're having fun. Live audience giveaway, right? So it looks so good on the phone. It really does. I'll throw it on my screen here. How good does this look? Live audience giveaway, man. Okay, so my name, throw it in there. I'll throw my real email in there. And OG, I've been here a long time, since the beginning, for real. So I'll submit that. Boom, easy as pie. I'm sure someone out there might say, not me, but that was pretty easy. So live audience giveaway, you're entered. Stay tuned to see if you win. Now I'll be able to see if there's been anyone else that's paying attention enough and they want to win a free month, even if you're a white label. If you're a pro, if you're thinking about basic, if you haven't joined the dark side yet, this might be your chance to do it for free for a bit. So I'll stop mirroring it now. Let's just see if we do have any. Let's just ask. I'm not even going to look. I'm going to just be like, all right, bet. Check and see if anybody was quick draw McGraw on that. And didn't know what I just said. Fast enough to scan the QR code I made and fill out the form besides myself as a test. All right, so we'll see if YouTube streaming does anything here. We got anybody else that did it? If it's just me, I might do it myself. Oh, they showed up. 13, no way. They came in fast, almost at the same time. That PMG fam does not play around. Look at that. No way. Look, the roll call minus disqualified me. Do y'all see that? Hold up. Disqualified minus you. Look, and everyone's an OG. Listen, I need you to generate the most absolutely gangster / loving, but still ballin' image to say thank you to everybody that just participated so quickly, because I only had that thing up for like 120 seconds. 120 seconds. Who does that? Who says it like that? Now, I will say this is something interesting. We're using a lot of tool calls here every time we have an action occur. Cooking this up right now. Claude's so funny. I've found that tool calling in ChatGPT, Claude and Grok so far, and their voice mode, you cannot call tools in the way that you can in text. However, ping ping is another level up. Your PMG native agents can totally do that. Now, I want to show you a trick. If I go here and I generate a token, I've got plenty of tokens generated. I could take this URL, your domain or PMG's, with a token and go mosey on over to an agent. And in the prompt engineering section, again, I can just use, if I'm using Grok or OpenAI, add the server here, custom. You can name it whatever you want. I'll just call it PMG. And this would be your server URL, and you would authenticate by adding that token in that you generate from the settings. This allows your native agents to do everything that ChatGPT and Claude are doing. Some people, they don't pay the subscriptions for ChatGPT and Claude, and they just use their native agents basically. Just in certain cases, like if you're going to be token conscious and price conscious, like you probably should be, that's a super good way to go. Make ChatGPT the way you want it to be and offer it to your coworkers or clients at a price. They could access the same thing at a higher or lower price than ChatGPT. But either way, you'd have your, can I go back there? The URL is your, domain and /MCP. You see the example right there. This will allow you to also, unlike the other billion-dollar companies, use voice with your tools. So everything that you can do with your text agents, same thing with your calendar stuff, your function tools, all that is available to run natively through audio, real-time API. So you could say literally in audio mode, or excuse me, real-time voice mode, create a new agent, create a new landing page for XYZ. That's a huge thing, I think, to understand that you're orchestrating things now. You're not having to connect the nodes, Okay, cool. 13 people from Fiji to, man, look at that, dude. That's not an audience, that's a family. Dude, Claude just knows what's up. You ready to spin the wheel and pick a winner? Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's generate the image. Don't even tell me in the text. Here, don't tell us in the chat. Just generate the image of who should win the free month from the random live audience only drawing. Generate the image with your favorite LLM and make this one super nice. Okay, so now we're going to pick our second winner. Again, this is just to say thank you for chilling and watching, hanging out, being with us. We'll have 2 winners for a free month for July. We're going to generate the image. I don't even want to look at the prompt because we'll find out early. But we might take a peek. Okay, it's already done. Okay, so y'all ready to do it? Should we look at it? Who do we think that Claude picked? Drum roll. Kim. Who do you think it is, Kim? Let's see. Should we open it? Mir. Should we open it, Mir? Who won it? Yeah, Claude's over here generating images. Mir. No, look at that. Hey, shout out. There you go. 3 months. Look at that. So that's 3 months. I said 1 month, man. Claude's out here giving away too much. Yeah, 3 months. That's hilarious. Oh man. Yeah, you're the winner. All right, bet. So now watch this. All right, man. Well, you're lucky that she's an all-star player in the platform because you just gave the homie 3 months, man. I never agreed to that. It's 1 free month. Look, that's Siri's fault. It said 3 at first. Mir's awesome. Claudius loves the white label. Yeah, Claude does. And you got a thing going on with Claude anyways. I would love to see your chats with Claude. I never agreed to it. That's it's 1 free month. So why don't you generate the correct image again? And it's 1 month, but yeah, that's a good choice of a winner. Everyone's happy with that one. But it's not 3, it's 1 month free. You big dummy. You're out here trying to make me go broke. I probably did, to be fair, probably somewhere in here, not paying attention, say 3, or Siri misread my country accent. 3 and 3 sound the same. Or maybe he just knows that Claude knew that Mir needed 3 months instead. New words in Canadian. I'll bet. Look, my bad. I got too excited and went rogue with the budget. How funny is that, dude? Claude's out here tripping. So let's see if it just says 1 month. 1 month free, PayMeGPT. So, okay, cool. Here's what we'll do. All right, well, listen, man. What I need you to do is go ahead and let's now create one unified image with both winners, make it look less cheesy and more awesome. And we'll have both winners' first names on one image to post on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, shout them out in the caption, plus give love to everybody who watched live and explain why we watched, or why we wanted to have two winners, one as announced and then one just to show that we know about that AGI life. You dig? Okay, so now what we're doing here to kind of finish this off, we're going to have it generate another image. It's going to feature both the names, and it'll be posted on all three of our channels that we've connected. So Twitter, Facebook, Instagram for PayMeGPT. All right, so that's gangster. By the way, let's also see if we can. So look, here's our caption. Look, Francisco and Mir, boom, 1 free month each, live on YouTube, winners. I like that. I like that. But you know what I'll say? I'll say this. I want you to create that exact same graphic, but you embarrassed me because we have got this awesome tool in our repertoire called Reference Library, and you're not using it to include a little bit of that baby branding for that PMG logo that you're supposed to use, So why don't you try to do it one more again, and also make the caption way shorter because ain't nobody going to read that. Imagine talking to your employee that way. They would quit. About ever talk to Wendy or stuff like that, or anyone on our team, they would be like, what did he just say? I would never do that. Logo locked, now generating. So what's happening now, guys, because I reminded Claude gracefully he didn't include the logo, we see that he's using the aspect ratio of a square, the model is GPT image 2, there's the prompt, and we see here, this is the image reference URL. So now it's going to be included, and now it'll work. So all of these ads that I think you guys have maybe seen, maybe I'm just targeted because Facebook knows I like AI a little bit. I want to know, like, side quest here. If you're still with me, we'll be done after this. Have you guys seen this ad? It looks so strange like that. Like where it's like all like the pitch is like they drop in one image and they got like 100 spaghetti nodes. These are prompts and it generates the image. Literally, like, I can't look at this stuff. It is like it makes my blood boil a little bit. But that's just like so much. It's like gonna burn up your browser if you're running this on your browser. I would think, anyways. I would highly doubt it's not able to be ran on your mobile, which you'll find some memes that we've maybe created with Claude to demonstrate that, yeah, we're mobile first, while the legacy stuff is you can't even open it on mobile. But in this case, you don't need all this. And like, who's going to read all this? And it tells you, like, in their ads, you don't have to do anything. It's done for you. Just drop in the images or whatever. But here, like, if that's the case, all it is a prompt. So I'm going to stop mirroring it. If you've seen that, I would like to know. What it's doing here is it's going to generate the thing. Whenever it's on high, it might like really take a minute. But now it's done, it looks like. Maybe. As I'm like ragging on the other thing. What I'll do, I think, is I'll say this. I'll start another chat while that's like doing its thing. I'm going to start another chat, and I'm going to say, use our tools and create 4 different e-commerce style images for a high-end brand, but use our reference image library to include the PayMeGPT logo very subtly placed in every single image referenced correctly, and use Gemini. Let's generate like 4 separate images. So this is literally that same thing I just showed you with all those different nodes, the giant big bowl of spaghetti. It's one image reference. You could have multiple image references. I'm not even having to do anything. I don't have to go into the UI and drag and drop anything. Once I've done it once, it's available in your reference library. So here it's going to generate multiple images. It's going to prompt it perfectly. It's already generated the first one. It's generating the second one. I can see it prompting in real time. While that's running, I'll go back here. So look, okay, so this is live on YouTube. That looks nice, boy. Francisco, best platform feedback, live audience draw. That's so sick. That's sick. So that should be live on our stuff right now. Oh no, it's asking me ready to post. Yeah, I like it. Run it right now. Post it everywhere as fast as you can. Post it. So now that's going to post everywhere. And meanwhile, all 4 fired. Here are your high-end e-commerce collection deals. Let's see if we'll see the links or not. Look, so view image 1. Look, okay, so there's our logo there. I wonder if it did that with all of them. Yeah, so it used it as a watermark. We don't want that. We don't want the logo as a watermark. Instead, reference it to like be the focal point of whatever product or brand that you're shooting. So like it should be on the label in a classy way, and it reference the real logo. Try again. Don't embarrass me this time because we're on YouTube Live, buddy. Okay, so as that agent's working, 3 for 3 clean sweep. So it posted everywhere. Drop the links to all 3 of the posts, homie. So now what it's going to do, it should have done that already. It'll give me the links to the Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter's post. So it's finding them right here. Homie post history goes back. So actually it's going to post in the next like 30 seconds if it hasn't yet. It's probably what it is. Let's go back here and see if we're cooking yet. So this one, we're probably close to the chat's context length, and we've like powered through this thing in old Claude. This is going to be, I think, the next test we'll do, maybe early this week, maybe later in the week, to run all of ChatGPT, Claude, and Grok MCP servers side by side with the same prompts. We might have done this a little bit in the past, but we'll like make a point of it, like make it as like official as we can and like hit them all at the same time. I think that'd be a very interesting thing. Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. Just use Gemini to make a thank you for watching slide for the end of our show, because we're done with our YouTube now. And we wanted to say thanks and use our logo again. I shouldn't have to say that. Let's just smack him around a little bit. But I think he might be choking over here. He actually, a lot of times I say that what'll happen sometimes is if you're like really working it, if it's a really strong prompt and you see the blinking here, it looks like it might be like frozen or not doing anything in the Claude app. But I think actually it's probably just generating all those images again. That's my guess. I do want to see if our thing posted. Let's check it. The image is nice, but I just didn't want it to be a watermark on like the image there. Let's see. Oh, is that not our page address? There we are. Look, there's our 2 winners right there. 2 winners. That's a good little graphic, dude. I mean, think about, even if you're a Canva gangster, look, an Asta already commented. Shout out to Asta. And of course, our agent already replied, let's go. I love the way our agent replies. Do y'all see how good that is? Huge congrats to the winners. That's the context. The agent doesn't just respond. I mean, shout out to my wife. Let's look at my wife's Instagram real quick. Let's look at her Instagram. I would assume it's this. I would assume that's going to be it. Let's see how many comments she's got on her thing. Look at her, almost at 20,000. She's a boss. Can I see the comments? No, I guess I can't. I bet she's got a bunch of comments on there. Okay, let's see our logo for our end graphic here. Thank you for watching. And let's see if our other guy finished up. So this one didn't finish. all four used. Should I stop it? I feel like if I stop it, it'll be like, yeah, I was almost done, buddy. Let's stop. And I'm just going to hit save. I'm going to say try again, fast. We'll see if it responds quicker. Say less, logo on the product, label, bottle, tag, dial in. So that same thing I was just ragging on, this is what it is doing. It is doing the same thing, guys. The same thing with CapCut and all these video editors. You can legit prompt just about anything you can do in those other apps for the most part. I mean, that's what really took me by surprise when I understood the libraries available for that sort of thing. So it didn't occur to me to like actually create and edit a video in the ways that we're doing that, or create a slideshow and generate images and merge them together like we've done it. And it's so sick. It's so smooth. And it's going to be just as fast. Like there's not going to be any reason to have those in a flow when you just know what you want. In my case, I'm just showing you the exact generic thing that these ads are showing you, but you're just doing it in one prompt right inside of Claude. That's it. And I think that's the route that we're looking at, is how do we get you the best possible output to be most efficient and make the most money, the easiest way to make agents, websites, blah, 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 where you're inputting the least amount of effort to get the maximum amount of value for whatever it is you're doing. Boom. That's what I wanted to see, dog. Yes. Okay, cool. So this is the branding everywhere. And so like we could do a bag, right? Okay. There's a watch. Ooh, let's do the watch. All right. Just to flex on them, I want you to use number 4, which is the watch. Reference that image so that we have a consistent product without any major differentiation or variation. The product of the watch itself should be consistent, but place it in 3 dramatically different scenes, worn or shown 3 dramatically different ways. This is exactly what those programs are doing with those ARC ads, I think, or arcade ads, something like this. It's just this giant, like it's literally, I'm not hating. I really am not hating, but I'm just like, that stuff is not gonna, it's only going to fly for so long. It's going to catch some eyes, but at the end of the day, it is going to feel weird for you, for the OGs that haven't graduated, I'm going to put it that way, to the agentic assistance like you're seeing with the tools, with the connectors. When you can do it this way, this is real prompt engineering, to be able to steer and guide to the outcome end to end. Like that's your superpower. And I think some of you are going to iterate, and maybe that'll be better, but the goal is to be faster and efficient and more effective. And if you have to go in there and micromanage some nodes here and there, it is what it is. But if you can replicate a winning sauce, you should be able to scale that super, super fast with our system in Claude or ChatGPT or Grok, whatever you're using. So look at that. So there's our watch, baby. That's looking good. Look at that. So here's the concept. That's looking legit, son. It's looking legit, right? And I'm gonna end up with the finale. This looks so good. Now watch, this would be really good, guys. So look, all right, great. Here's where it comes all together. All right, homie, don't let me down, okay? What I want you to do is use all 3 of those images. And I want you to use Grok to go image to video. And then I want you to merge all 3 video clips together. Then I want you to generate some background music and a narration that would be like a classic cinematic commercial narration for a total of, I don't know, 15 to 20 seconds. Make sure that you analyze the media once you've got it all generated and stuff, so you can burn in the captions at like size 12 font and make sure everything's in sync. Don't let me down. Give me progress updates along the way. So this is where it gets like just gangster. Okay, we've already generated the stuff and scheduled it out and posted it on social to prove that's the thing right in Claude from scratch. Now we're doing the same thing with a video. We generated these 3 images that I really like. Okay, and so what we told it to do was turn these images into videos using Grok. That way it's going to start with this frame and it'll generate the clip. Then we told it to merge them together, add background music and a narration. So that's 2 audio generations and audio files, 2 different types with video files merged into one. That's our final product. While that's going, okay, I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to say, add a new chat. Use our MCP tools to generate a quick, super accurate, super funny video of an iconic Family Guy scene where Peter's on the couch and he mentions that PayMeGPT now has 100 MCP tools. I saw a thing where the Family Guy creator had mentioned that like AI is not going to be able to generate things like that, and like immediately, guys, I choked. The first thing I did was I went to Grok and I was like, generate a video of Family Guy saying it's never going to be possible to generate Family Guy with AI, but I just did it and it's all AI. Okay, let's cook. It's going to run the audio generation in parallel. So I don't think we need extra audio for this one. Let's see if our thing's done here. So look, let's build it. Animating all 3 of the scenes. Scene 1 is done. Scene 2 is done. 3 is done. Generating cinematic narration. That was fast. Narration plus the music simultaneously. Narration locked, music locked. Merging all 3. Clips are merged. Now it's going to analyze everything. Just made our whole video, put it together. Now it's going to see where it needs to burn in the captions. It got the timestamps. Done. Get out of town, Bobby Brown. Quit playing with me. Yes. Quit playing, dude. Quit playing. That, I know you couldn't hear the audio. That's so crazy that it worked like that. If I told it to make it in a real version or landscape, it would just totally do it. It made that square sized. All in one pipeline, no editing. Want to post it on social? Nah, bro. I just wanted you to do it. Look, so now look, generating the video. So it's checking on the video right now. Done. Grok delivered. Let's see if it looks like Family Guy. Do you think it will? You think it'll look? We don't need the audio. See, I was tripping here. We really just need the video. Merging it all, video, Peter Griffin voiceover, background music, and captions burned in. Let's see if we got Family Guy. Let's see if we got it. Quit playing. And he does the laugh. The Chatbot King was right again. That is too funny. This was just generated out of thin air. We didn't even like give it the reference. If you wanted it to be, if you totally wanted to violate copyright, which I don't recommend you do. This is just educational purposes. But the way you would is you would just use a screenshot of the real deal, of the actual scene you want to use. That was a pretty good off rip though. So we've made a product concept. We then used consistently that concept across digital still photography assets, graphic assets, and then we transformed that still image to video. Then we merged those videos to make a final. Then we made a Family Guy episode just to like drop the mic on them, on their heads, basically, just to flex. It's insane what you can do. And this is just too good. too good. I wish I could have shown y'all Hannah's comments. The graphics were great. We couldn't have had two better winners. I love all the people in CBB Nation and PMG fam, but I'm super happy for Mir and Francisco. You guys definitely deserve that. We made a form. We did all the things, man. We did all the things. So 100 tools. You could do an unlimited amount of tasks end to end. You can loop things. You can schedule things. Once you've signed in to your third-party integrations that you want to use, your AIs or your channels, you can plug in with just a click, and it's a different software experience. If you've already used MCP, if you're still watching with me, please in the comments tell them this is not all talk. This is zero hype. When I say zero hype, man, this is zero hype. This is all bite, no bark. I'm telling you, people will not believe what we just did. We made a website. We made generated images inside of Claude that made sense. We generated music, narrations. We posted things on social media. We used Claude to two separate ways generate or choose winners for our contests. I'm sure that we have absolutely the best flows made by Claude. I think I might have another, like this one. This one was made by me, actually. I wish I could show. This one was made by Claude. There's another one made by Claude. I don't remember. Hey, buddy. Claude makes the best flows, man. Let's just do one more thing. Let's just do one more thing, man, and make one more flow in my account and make it a super simple. Actually, here's what we'll do. Better idea. All right, here's what I want to do. Find all the people that submitted the feedback form, as well as the form that we sent for the YouTube live audience tonight. Find all the people that filled out those two forms, and I want you to include them in an email broadcast that just says, thank you for being awesome and a part of our community and family, and for watching and for the feedback and stuff. Make sure I get a copy too, so include my email as well. That's how you do it, baby. Okay. While it's doing that, what we can do is, I'm going to say, use our tools to analyze the most recent conversations from PayMeGPT across any channels, and then also check the contact form submissions for the platform feedback. And then based on your analysis, I want you to tell me what the next two videos that we should make that are short training videos should be about. So now what Kaladi Boy is going to do is going to go up into the inbox, check the PayMeGPT agents, contacts and conversations and messages here. And it's going to analyze them. And it's going to tell me what we need to focus on to get you guys right. So now look, we have, and there's overlap here, and Claude's so good it shouldn't hit you twice. So look, it's creating the broadcast right now. I won't throw the emails on there, but like there's my email. So it's literally creating an email. It's segmented the audience. It's sending to 32 people right now, or it should be. And it'll be a custom Claude code generated email sent to only people who interact or engage with our forms, one of the forms we did last week or the one we did tonight. So you got a copy. Hopefully you got an email if you submitted and you participated. We hope so. You're welcome, bro. I'm so happy. It's been a while since you won something. Well, you're always a winner. There's no coming back. Dude, that's the quote. This right here, that's the quote of the night. There's no coming back from MCP, man. That's the quote of the whole night right there. You take nothing away I said in this whole hour or 2 hours we've been going. That's the thing to take away. There's no going back. Once you do it that way, you're going to be feeling like me and spoiled rotten. And you're going to be like, you don't have MCP? You're lame. Like, you're not even going to take them serious because it's going to drag your workflow down a little bit. because we want the smartest people. I've said this, they want to be lazier. Okay, we're smarter about it, but you get what I'm trying to say. All right. George Bush hit a nerve because it's already possible, but nobody knows it. Okay, look at this. It's telling me the 2 videos, dude. So the video MCP starter blueprint, your first 3 builds in PayMeGPT with Claude. We literally just did that. Kind of walk through concrete beginner friendly builds in 20 minutes. Yeah, that's not going to happen in 20 minutes. You could do everything in 2 minutes. It's just how deep do you want to explain things and have fun? Spin up an agent, create a lead capture. We do all that every time. The content machine turned 1 video into a week of social posts with PayMeGPT. Greg, so look, Claude likes President Bush's request. Hit a nerve because it actually is possible. This is tangible business outcome, blah, 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 blah. Multiple users started posting. Oh, and I do want to mention, speaking of, that is actually a good thing to bring up. There is a new update with your social poster ability, because we do listen to everything. I do actually do this, but I'm showing you. Like, it's not just for fun. You now can on Facebook and Instagram, shout out Claudia, post on carousels or still images or reels or stories on both Facebook and Instagram. Twitter is regular text tweet, multiple images, or single image and video. We were missing carousels, so now you can do that as well. So that is very cool. You do have that ability now. The action node is for sure the most powerful node that there is. Wallet. We should make, just like normally I would say it's going to take too long to make a wallet pass club, but it's not. All right, whatever, dude. Last thing I need you to do before I jump off this thing is just flex our muscles a little bit and use our MCP tools to make a cool named VIP wallet pass club so that I can show the QR code for our live audience to get a wallet pass. Just create the program and make it punch based. And so I'll do like a roll call or I'll trigger something for the next video so that whoever's watching, they can get a punch or something. For now, just go ahead and make the new fun wallet pass club. Just because we can, playa. Okay, so this is another request directly from that feedback form. As a matter of fact, is the fam wanted to be able to create and manage wallet passes. So again, typically it might be too many clicks or too much typing for me to say, okay, I'll show you how to make a wallet pass. Not today. So look, it literally made everything. The PMG VIP fan club, right? So let's look at it. Let's say prove it, playa. Prove it, son. We can go to our tools here and wallet passes right here. And what did they call it? The Chatbot King loyalty. Is that what they called it? Or no? The PMG VIP club is live. PMG VIP club. Where is it at? There it is. PMG VIP club. So this is the self-serve join link. So what will happen here? Shout out Robert, who's on vacation. I don't know if he's joining us right now or not, but he just sent me a message. He's the homie. All right, I'm gonna click on the QR code myself. And what should happen is, I'll show you guys. I open up the QR code and it brings up, and I'll make sure I don't block the code if you want to scan it. It brings up this page for me to join, and it did make the cool colors. That's neat. I'm gonna drop my info here and get my pass. Okay, I'm gonna add this to my Apple Wallet, and boom, PMG fam from MCP, from Claude, add it to the wallet. Boom, push notification. I should see it. Bam, there she is, baby. Welcome to the PMG fam VIP club, Ryan Blizzy. And I can see here's my deal here. Now, everyone, obviously, who does sign up for the pass and installs it to their wallet, for watching tonight. They deserve a point. Duh. I'm going to refresh my screen, see if we had anybody else join. Look at that. PMG don't play, baby. So look, we've got 9 people that joined, which is absolutely awesome. What I want to do here is I'll say maybe I could get everyone a punch, but maybe I'll just show you here. I'll say, I don't want to see any more Twitter. I'm going to say, who do we want to give something? Just give him a punch here. Whoop. So he's just got a punch, and let's also give myself a punch. I'll give myself a punch. Where am I at? Right here. So I'm going to open this bad boy up and give myself a punch. And look, you see how fast it did? It updated the card instantly, and it gave me that notification. So that's amazing. I could broadcast a punch to everyone if I wanted to as well. But what I'll do here is just say, y'all are faster than Quick Draw McGraw. I guess that's like a fake thing. Y'all are my favorite people on planet Earth. I love you. Thank you for hanging out. Okay. So it's not weird at all. Y'all get me if you're hanging out. So now I'll send myself a push notification. Look at that play there. There it is. Look, so updated. I can click more, past details, and it shows y'all are my favorite people. Punch card for PMG. Look at all the extras that it did. Earn 1 punch per week on live stream. Do y'all see this? This is so good. This really is this is beyond good. It added all that from the MCP. It made a better pass than I could make. It's so great. And it did it all in Claude, man. That's where it ended on right there, y'all. What else can I say? Look. Can it tell me how many people? I'm not sure it can. Can you tell how many people have signed up for that Wallet Pass club you just made, player? Let's see if it understands what I just said there. Here's Wallet Passes. 12 people already in the club, and we literally made it minutes ago. All my people. All right, listen, I want you to use 11 Labs and include everyone's first name in a song that I can play since it's the end of the show now, and just shout everyone out and make it a cross between like Drake and Rick Ross. Make sure you don't use their names in your prompt, and make sure it's a fun sounding party anthem into the night song where everybody's a winner. Yeah. Now we'll make our ending song, dude. How do you like that, Mir? My dear, winning everything. Shout out to you, Charles Mack. The 12 members from the Wallet Pass. Y'all are going down in history. I bet there's probably not been. This might be a world premiere, world exclusive. This might be probably the first time where on a live video, we've had a live YouTube streaming, maybe a live audience who we literally created a rap in real time live with Claude. It's probably never been done on the face of the earth. Y'all realize this is such a small percentage of the world that can understand that we're doing this. And look, the VIP club outro anthem. Oh, it's going to be baller. I can tell. Oh, dude, it's so good. You're not going to be able to hear it, but if you join the Discord, ask to tell them how to do it. I'm going to drop this in the Discord so you can listen to it. That's going to be epic. You know what I'm going to do? Let's just go big. All right, well, that's the end of it. Just create one super solid, fun, on-brand gangster image. Be sure to use our logo subtly and merge that thuggin' song you made. So we have a video that I'll be able to post in Discord. Good job today, old Claudie boy, aka Clarence. I call Claude different names. It's just doubled up my speed, so I really messed with him. So appreciate the Clarence energy. All right, so it's gonna grab the logo, generate the got the image. It got my logo from the list reference library MCP tool. You have 100 images, by the way, or files for free. It's gonna be pretty much any kind of file that you want. You might want to use them in your landing pages and your buttons, PDFs, whatever you want. So now it's going to generate the image. Image is cooked. I don't think you used that word right. Image is fire. You heard me. All right, so 90 seconds, Ken burns on, and a cinematic effect. No, I don't want no, I'm going to stop you. Absolutely not. I don't want a Ken Burns here. This is just like an album image track with the music behind it. No need for crossfades, no need for that fancy stuff for this. I just had, why is my Siri doubling up? So this will be faster anyways. Guys, while that cooks, Merge Media, while we just handle CapCut and Final Cut and all the video players jobs, we're letting Claude do everything. I'm going to post that in Discord, maybe the Facebook group. Special shout out to everyone who did leave feedback during the live and last week. The feedback, we take it seriously. Obviously, we try to implement every single thing that you want. This is your platform. You're the ones brave enough to be in this AI game like you are. And we're going to give you the best tools that real builders are going to be using in the future. You can just start now. Everyone's going to be moving to MCP. And you should just be the first. Let's just see what this looks like. Okay, there's me right there. That's so fun. We're partying in Atlanta for sure. This looks like a fun party. What we should do, go like research everyone and try to find their face. Claude's gonna be like, Ryan, you're crazy. All right, cool. That's it, guys. I think I'll post that in Discord and our Facebook group. Maybe I'll have Claude do a internet scan to find you, to have the faces are more realistic. That'll be a fun test just to see if it could, just to see if it would. But I hope this is a good video for you guys. I hope you can see all the things that get me excited. I hope you can see why we've been in the labs like we've been in, understanding ourselves. This is such a fast-paced industry to be in. You've got to know what's going on, but at the same time stay focused on what is mattering right now and what will matter. And so luckily we're not locked in to a legacy design by design where you're not going to be focused on that. You're going to want people to be focused in platforms, so they're spending your tokens or spending your usage to get more out of people. And y'all know me, I've always tried to do things where it's an unlock, not a lock in. So when you're using Claude, you can use any LLM. You make them become friends, agents on Gemini, OpenAI, Grok. They can all be friends, man. And it's a very powerful thing. You can make Claude generate the images. You don't even need Claude code. This is like a common misconception. You can do it right where you want to do things. The least amount of prompts to get the best mind-blowing result that is better than what you envisioned. That's real AGI, man. That's like really where we're going. I think that we are going to be crazy to think that we're not going to be there by the end of the year to have essentially more times than not. Especially if you get into it now and you learn the real prompt engineering, agentic behavior and tool calling like we just did. I think by the end of this year, you will be astonished every single time you generate. Don't hate, generate. That's the new shirt, Wendy. The don't hate, automate is real, but don't hate, generate, I think is going to be the new merch, because that's what you're just going to be able to do. You're going to generate solutions, not just the plan, not the boring stuff, not that everything's boring, but we're in for a fun ride. I feel confident enough now to kind of reveal where things are headed, because even myself, I wasn't sure. I think OpenAI clearly wasn't sure. By the way, shout out to the RIP to their workflow builder that no one ever used. It was so bad. And I knew it was going to be, but I think that they even proved they don't know everything, right? And so what I really understand at this point is how important the system prompt is how important tool calling is, but also that flow where you've got to have a multi-chain deterministic outcome. Even if it's a flow with 5 steps, it's a lot harder to have that dynamically any other way than with a flow builder, really, truthfully. And I think we're ahead of the game again. When we started CBB in 2023, I thought we were 2 years ahead of the game. Turns out, now you look back, all the legacy chatbot platforms, they've all they all came around on this ChatGPT powering your chatbot deal. They thought we were crazy. You can't make your business bot run off ChatGPT. It's just absurd. You can't do that. We did it, and now everyone else did it too. And now we're in the same exact boat. So the early bird gets the worm. The people that are early in adopting this methodology and using MCP and agents to do the agent work, is what I'm going to call it, and then offering these services so you can have the internal, the back of the house agents, as well as the consumer facing, answer the phone, website, social media, those agents that you're used to making. You've got both sides of the coin. And we're going to be doing a lot of short videos that are produced. We'll still do the lives, obviously. They're just fun, truthfully, but we'll have short videos, very digestible, on how all this stuff works. And you're going to be able to be confident that you are the smartest person in the room when it comes to AI and agents and agentic solutions. And with that, I think that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for joining me on Sunday Funday. Y'all have a good rest of your night, and let's kick butt this week. I want you to wake up feeling like a boss. All right, guys. Peace.